buddy that backed into something, hit it's a little too deep, and he doesn't want to just to put touch-up paint in it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys how to sand this down and then do a little blend on here. So first, watch me. First I'm going to start off with 220. Sand it down and then feather it out a little bit. Get those edges all knocked down. Once you feather it out with the 800 or with the 220, you're gonna go and get like a 800, kind of smooth it out, just dry, kind of make a little bit bigger area. I would just say probably go around it another, you know, 1.5 inches, wherever you're gonna shoot some primer at. Okay, I'm grabbing some wax and grease to wipe it down, and then we're gonna tape off the area and then shoot a little bit of primer on there, wet sand it or dry sand it again, and then get ready to paint. So this is the wax and grease. Pretty much I'm just prepping the surface, taking off any type of waxes, sealants, just any type of cleaning it pretty much. So next you want to get a tack rag. These are probably like $1. And you're going to use this, since we're doing it outside, this is like your best friend. Anything that lands in it, this is going to get anything, so you get that nice good finish on there. Okay, so now what we're going to do is I feathered it out, sanded it down, and I'm just going to shoot a little bit of primer. I'm going to keep it as small as possible. You also could tape it, you know, and do it that way, but I do this all the time, so it's just, we're gonna keep it real small. So you're gonna take your tack rag, hit it first, and just do a light coats. Light pressure. If you put a lot of PSI, it's gonna get all over the place. So little pressure, little air, get a little bit of air in there to help that primer settle a little bit and dry. And then again. Sweet. Wait for that to dry, I'll start taping off, and then we'll go from there. I'm gonna go ahead and start taping off. I'm just gonna get all behind here. We'll get up here, so there's like a little plastic piece. Make sure you tape that off really well. I'm gonna do my best and try not to get any color up here, and just blend it in around here, kind of like fade it down. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab some 800 sandpaper, and then we're gonna wet sand that out and smooth it all out. So just get some, I think this is 800, this is 3M. So just get that, get your sanding block. This is Meguiar's, like the sanding block, so these are sweet, I like these. They make, a lot of different companies make them, so mainly you just want to have that flat surface. So when you're sanding, you get good even sand. You know, you don't need to use a lot of pressure. So just so now the main thing you want to do after you sand that and you have that all, it's all smoothed over, you know, you want to get your 800, you want to sand all your edges, all your, anywhere where paint's gonna go, you got to sand those edges, get everything sanded. If you don't, it'll end up peeling up on you. Just make sure you hit anywhere you're gonna put clear or paint at. Typically what I'll do is I'll run my palm over that to make sure it's smooth. And then you want to make sure it's smooth, so just fill here. You want it to feel like that. So fill where you didn't put no primer at. Just that same filling is what you want. Be careful with these edges, because if you don't want to sand on that edge, because traditionally a lot of those edges, they don't have the same amount of clear on there, so you kind of, it looks like I'm sanding on the edges, but I'm not. I'm coming button up to the edge. Yeah, so just get it to, you want that same filling, just smooth. Well, I'll blow this off and then shoot some color on it. Clear, call it good. Okay, so I got the paint mixed up at the local paint store, and it's like a 50-50 ratio of the mixture. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna, instead of hitting the whole entire bumper, first what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna cover it. I'm gonna cover my work area. So again, you want to use lower pressure, because that's gonna minimize overspray and then just overall make your job look good. So you don't need a lot of pressure. You just cover your work area first. Just gonna do light coats. And then when you're spraying, instead of waiting, you just shoot air on there. If you're shooting air on there, it's gonna minimize anything flying around because we're outside, from hitting your paint and sticking in there. So keep that constant airflow on there. You have your constant airflow on there, what's going to happen is it slowly directs anything from our surroundings to land in there, fish eyes, any type of contaminants that can land in your paint. So like I said, I'm always using air coming or flowing the whole time, at least when I'm right here by the paint. So okay, you've got it covered. I'm gonna put a little bit more on there. This is really fast drying, so it dries crazy fast, like almost immediately when it hits it. Okay, so it's covered. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna follow this line, and I'm gonna come down into here to blend it in. And it's, you don't need to cake it. All you just get a light coat in there. There's nothing, you don't need to go. The least amount of product you're putting out, the better. Like you don't even, barely need to even hit up there. Like you can see, there's barely any product that's going up high. And same thing. So I got it all. You want to get that airflow on here, because that's going to help it cure and dry. Be ready to shoot. Okay, so we sprayed this whole bumper. Like I said, I just did that. I covered first and then put a few coats. The whole time I was spraying, air was coming out. So you got to make sure you have constant airflow when you're painting outside. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot one thick coat of clear, wait for it to dry, and kind of use constant air pressure over it so it doesn't, anything lands in it. Like I said, this is fast acting clear. It dries within, a few minutes, and then it's probably ready to wet sand and ready to go within, I would say, an hour max. So you need your respirator. First thing first. so we finished spraying. It's all said and done. You can look at it. We're just gonna let it dry for about, you know, they're probably 10-15 minutes. Call it good. We're all done. I'm just gonna remove all of the tape and paper around the kind of sketch to take off, so you got to get like a little tool, like a little razor in there to take it off. Damn. So look at it. Looks great. We probably can do a light little polish on it to make it a little bit smoother, take down the texture a little bit. Thank you guys for watching. We're done doing this. Please hit the subscribe button. Leave some comments. Let me know what else you'd like to know, or if I didn't explain something properly, let me know. And then also press subscribe. We're gonna start this M3 E46. We're gonna do some paint stuff on that, wet sanding, finishing it down to make it look pristine. But anyways, thank you for watching. Take care. Peace out.